Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on SUI. We're going to do a full update here on SUI. It's going to be quite an important update right now. SUI is at that, I wouldn't call it the last support, but at least a very important support level right here, around 3.4, 3.45. Which so far it's holding, but as most of you know, there's quite a lot of bearish pressure in the markets right now, so there is a risk of breaking down, and ultimately this is also the main support level we have to hold if we still want to get, if we still potentially want to get a move into 4.5 and 4.6, which is what I expected initially. But of course, since last week, the fundamentals for SUI have changed quite considerably, right? So we'll talk about all of that. I'll tell you everything you need to know, and then in the end, I'll give you my conclusion about what I think is most likely. But ultimately, I just want to start off this video with a bit of a caution, right? Especially yesterday was quite bearish, right? Yesterday we had quite a lot of bearish pressure in the markets on a Thursday, which is normally actually a pretty strong day for the markets, at least if you go back to the last month. And it was also quite a lot of bearish pressure with, first of all, a lot of volume, and then second of all, not in proportion to the equity markets, right? I mean, the crypto markets are very correlated to the equity markets. So yesterday equities did pull back a little bit lower given the news, etc. But Bitcoin and crypto in general pulled back lower than equities, right? So there seems to be some sort of a selling pressure coming from somewhere else than just a correlation. So be aware of that, right? Those are normally pretty difficult market circumstances. And it's also pretty high stakes, right? Because this could either be the bottom before we rally up again, or this could be the start of a major reversal. And if it's that, we're going to drop down much lower. So if you're trading these circumstances, and I know this is a very long intro, but if you're trading this, I would stick to tight stop losses. But alright, into SUI. So first of all, fundamentally, SUI has not recovered yet. DEX trading volumes are trading much lower, basically at the same levels as March, which is not great, right? Fundamentally, that's just not what you want to see. TVL is growing again, but it's still also down and it's still at the same levels at the beginning of May. TVL is actually still a little bit higher, so that's good. But alright, so and SUI itself, look, at this point of time, if you take a look at the technicals, the situation is not bad. The situation reminds me a little bit of what we had right here. Consolidation a little bit lower, continuation up higher. Consolidation a little bit lower, continuation up higher. So is it definitely, is it still possible that we rally up higher? Yes. However, it is just very dependent right now on the markets, because SUI doesn't have that fundamental strength of its own anymore. And to be fair, SUI also doesn't really have its own momentum anymore. If you go back in time, what you can see is that SUI at times had huge volume, right? And the last time we saw that volume was when we had that hack. And then outside of that, volume has basically been on a downtrend from April until right now, for the last month. So therefore, what SUI is going to do depends, I think, for about 80% on Bitcoin, all right? Will Bitcoin hold 105,000? Will Bitcoin reclaim 107,000? Those are the most important levels, and that is going to determine what SUI is going to do, all right? So at this point of time, while Bitcoin is still holding 105,000, I have to tell you that I think it's most likely that SUI is going to stay in this consolidation right here between 3.4 and 3.7. Now, if I would have to, given everything we went over in this video, if I would have to give you my most likely scenario though, given the volume for SUI, given the fundamentals for SUI, I would say, can we stay in the consolidation for now? Yes, possible, certainly, but I do, unfortunately, I am starting to shift a little bit towards expecting us to break down for a move into this level right here, around $3. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. That doesn't mean you should short SUI, because like I said, at this point in time, I think we can still stay within the range. And I will definitely keep you updated on this as well. And like I said, I mean, if Bitcoin actually shows strength and a reclaim above 107,000, I will change my mind just as easily. But for now, I think this is the better scenario to set yourself up for and to expect. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know for now. I will be back with new videos very soon. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.